Hey guys, welcome back. How's everybody doing?
Doing good, doing good. Happy Honda days. Happy December to remember.
How's everybody doing?
I saw that the Saturday Night Live version of that December to Remember commercial. Have you ever seen that where the guy buys his wife a Lexus and she wants to divorce him?
Talk about bad gifts. That's one that we missed last week. Cars. Like, that's a psychotic thing to buy. Like, what are you talking? You bought me a car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of cars, did you see the gift in the NFL? You know how the quarterbacks give the offensive lineman gifts?
Yeah.
Purdy, of all people who haven't even gotten paid yet, gave his offensive linemen all big like forerunners.
Nice.
Wow.
Like those giant trucks, those massive cars.
No, nobody has ever bought me a truck. I will say, if you do want to buy me a gift, and it is a truck, I'm okay with that. Even though I said it was a bad gift. For me, it's a good gift. Like, you can buy me one.
That would have been a really good bad gift. All right. Well, let's jump into it. Stroll, you want to lead us off here?
Excuse me. I believe we have to recap results of last week's. I actually don't even know who won.
That's fair.
I know I was leading, but I don't know if I won.
You won by a pretty fair margin, leaving us in the dust. I guess I think people liked your glitter call the most.
Yeah, even Joy, who does not listen to our podcast, was like, yeah, people keep coming over to me and telling me, like, saying they saw the reels, they thought it was so funny. Thank you guys to everybody who like gave us feedback and liked and shared it. Thank you. That was really cool.
And for whoever that was that says that you have to burn your house down to get rid of the glitter, it's a little bit much. Just a little bit. I'm sorry. I don't know who that was.
But yeah, and we all appreciate the threats of glitter bombs being sent for birthdays and other gifting reasons. And that is a great transition into our topic tonight, which is holidays. So we are going to be drafting our top 5 favorite holidays we're going to use in a kind of a broad sense. We will note we are all Jewish, so we're not going to pick any of the big, the big religious holidays, Christmas, Easter. Although, John, I think we did learn something really interesting today.
I was about to say. So I don't know a fun fact. Everybody knows my last name's Tannenbaum, and Tannenbaum, oh Tannenbaum is Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree. A Tannenbaum is a Christmas tree. So Tannenbaum, oh Tannenbaum. A baum is a tree, and a tannin is that type of tree. A tannin, I don't know. What do I know? But
yeah. But do you guys like you like all the Christmas lights and everything? Joy and I were talking about it today. We were like, it's all that effort for one day. I mean, it's beautiful, but like all that effort for one day. Like,
I will say one thing. You say it's beautiful, but it's not something that you could go half. So some houses are very nice, and you could admire them. But other houses, if you do it like half, you could tell they did a sloppy job.
Yeah, where there's like one snowman and like a string of lights hanging over the
It's called cheap.
If that's all you did. No, I like the ones. There's a few even local that have like they're synced to the radio. And so they get there and it's like tuned to channel 96.4, like playing music, and it's like tuned to it. It's very cool. But
that's cool.
Anyway, the point is we're not going to be picking those, but everything else is on the table.
Thanks, Dave.
Does this play at your like family reunions and stuff? Like,
it's the family theme song.
You heard?
Yeah, he actually said Tannenbaum. I can't believe
the last time anybody. I think the last time anybody in my family heard that song, it was getting on a train. That's a good joke, John.
Yeah, excellent. Okay, so we're talking holidays, and I think we're going to be kind of liberal with the definition of holidays. So this should lead us in some fun directions. But it's really as the victor, although I would dispute the people that voted for you, but it's okay. It's all right.
Yeah, I think we both dispute that. I mean,
yeah.
You didn't really have bad gift.
Listen, the people have spoken, David.
They have.
People have spoken.
All right, so you have first pick.
So I think there's a clear tier of 2 here at the top. And because I go first, I get to pick mine. And I'm going to go with I think not even arguably, objectively, it's the best holiday. It's the only one where you get a 4-day weekend. It is a perfect time of year. It comes with delicious food. It comes with football. And it comes with just everything you could ask for in a holiday. And that is Thanksgiving. What a truly genius thing for America to do, to make a holiday that's on a Thursday that comes with like a Friday off. It's a beautiful 4-day weekend. The last few years, we've been going like up into the Catskills. It's gorgeous that time of year. Thursday, like the whole day, just football and food and drinks and lighting a fire, just enjoying it's just such a relaxing time. And then, you don't have to worry about getting to work the next day. You got another day off, and then you got 2 more days off, and you get a nice little weekend. So I'm going to take that right off the top, and I'm going to pick Thanksgiving as my number one.
Well, first of all, I hate you because Wednesday of Thanksgiving weekend is my favorite day of the year. Really? That Wednesday, everything slows down at work. People start to leave early. People are traveling. Everything slows down. And then Wednesday night's awesome because it's all about anticipation. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. And that Wednesday night is like the best sleep because the 4 days are coming up. And like that Wednesday night's a great movie night. I think we talked about this in one of our other pods about it's a great night to go out. It's the perfect night to do whatever you want, knowing it's not like even on a Saturday night when, okay, tomorrow's Sunday, but Sundays it's not as restful as you might want. That Wednesday night, you've got 4 off days coming up, and it's the perfect night. So
I love Thanksgiving. It's a great pick. As you said, football, great food, and just relaxing, no pressure of the weekend, starting like Wednesday afternoon. It's a good pick. Can't argue it.
No, held it.
No.
I won.
Very upset.
Who finished in second?
So we actually tied.
Ooh.
So we got to do a little tiebreaker here. Last time we tied, I think the winner picked who was going to go next.
Oh. Well, I think Dave has been winning a lot. So I'm going to put him third. And I'm going to let John go second.
And you know what? I appreciate that gesture.
You're very welcome.
I'd rather go third.
Boy, okay. As I mentioned before, I am all about the anticipation of the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, which is why I'm going to go with my number one holiday, Memorial Day. It's the beginning of, it's spring, but it's not like super beginning of spring. The weather's starting to get warm. The pools are starting to open up. It's that like 78, 79, 80, 81 degrees, like kind of that perfect warm weather where it's not super hot yet. It's the best weekend. That's the only drawback, by the way, of Thanksgiving is that it's cold. And even though you can do the snow tubing or you can do the fireplace for sure, there's a beauty to that. But Memorial Day weekend is awesome because it gets nice and you're at the very beginning of summer. It's right there. You're like, okay, we still have the whole summer ahead of us. Baseball is in full swing. It's great. I love it. Conversely, I don't know if I want to spoil this for anybody, but I think Labor Day is the worst holiday because it's the opposite. It's over. Your summer, it's over. And we have a holiday to celebrate that, which I think is stupid. But Memorial Day, that's my number one pick.
Yep, I like it. I think that Memorial Day, Thanksgiving, I remember from when I was 5. I remember Thanksgivings because it was always a big family event for us. I think Memorial Day weekend as a kid was not a big thing for me or my family. But as an adult, I love it. We try to take the kids away every Memorial Day weekend. We try to do something cool with them. And it's a perfect kickoff to the warm weather. It's not quite summer yet, but it's starting. It's coming up. It's usually 2 weeks before my birthday. It's just a perfect time of year. So I love that pick.
So John, I would say that's a forgettable pick.
A forgettable pick.
A forgettable pick. As Srilly just said, and I'm gonna second it. As a kid, I didn't know the difference when it was. It's like you wake up, oh, it's Memorial Day in a few weeks or in a few days, and I still think it's like that. Oh, when's Memorial Day? It's not something that you really target on the calendar. It's just a great perk to have off on that day. And I'm going to say that you could have probably gotten that in a few rounds, and I don't know what's so special about Memorial Day.
Listen,
enjoy yourself.
I forgot we were supposed to make fun of the picks. Like I was like, oh yeah, I love Memorial Day.
Well, it's a problem. Like, how are we making fun of Thanksgiving? Like, Thanksgiving is like
No, Thanksgiving is perfect.
which is what makes it a perfect pick.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I just think that Memorial Day was a very forgettable pick. But congratulations.
I'm happy with it. You know, you got to love your picks. I think we discovered this early on in the show that you have to be excited about what you pick. And if you pick something just to win, it doesn't feel good.
Doesn't feel good.
So,
I agree.
No, so you're right. I don't remember Memorial Day as a kid. I don't have like super fun Memorial Day weekends or foods that you eat. Maybe that's why. There's not like a Memorial Day food. You know, Thanksgiving is turkey. You know, many other holidays have foods associated with them.
Yeah.
So maybe Memorial Day just doesn't have a food, and that's why we don't remember anything.
So I'm going to segue into my my pick, and I'm going to go with you guys. Because I have the swing. I'm gonna go with one of the American holidays, the one that I think you missed greatly, and that is 4th of July. 4th of July, I don't need anybody telling me when 4th of July is. It's got the fireworks, it's got the hot dogs, it's got the multi-day holiday, because some people do the fireworks the night before, some people do it the night after. It's just a fun day that everybody seems to enjoy. And obviously, the Nathan's hot dog eating contest I've gone several times. It's a load of fun. I've
Participated.
Of course you have. What am I talking about?
And it's a lot of fun. It's just exciting, and it's just the weather's perfect. It's just the ultimate day, and barbecues and everything, and you don't have to be explained like what it is. Like, it's 4th of July. It's Independence Day.
USA.
I love 4th of July. I have a weird thing with 4th of July. I have two weird things. Number one, I don't know if this happens in other neighborhoods, but it definitely happens in our neighborhood. Like, what is up with the random fireworks at like 11 o'clock at night? Every single night.
Boo.
Boo,
And I'm
the
guilty of it. So.
Boo. No, I'm booing him for complaining about it.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm guilty.
Let people
of doing
have
the
fun.
fireworks. I do my own.
We can't think of other ways to have fun than like the fireworks at 11 o'clock.
Does it really bother you? Does it really? Does it really wake up the kids, or do you just say it wakes up the kids so that it helps your argument? My dog has PTSD. Like, just get a different dog. If your dog can't deal with some loud noises, you have a bad dog. Like, that's the wrong dog.
I'm going to teach you French. Spare me.
My other problem with 4th of July
is
that kids walk on your lawn, right? Is that the problem?
No.
God.
I feel like that's you know, like I said, I'm about the anticipation. I feel like 4th of July, you're right, Dave. It is the heart of the summer. It is awesome, but then it's kind of all downhill from there because the next holiday coming is Labor Day, which I already said I think is a dumb holiday.
It's in 2 months.
I know, but it's already the
backslide. 2 months away.
It's right around the corner.
I can't believe this guy. I hope you're on this side of me in the my camera. You are.
My screen, you're pointing at Dave.
Yeah, that was that. So your Memorial Day was horrible. I think what you meant to say was 4th of July, and now I see it in your face. You're like, why did I pick Memorial Day? I really like 4th of July better.
I like them both.
Everything you said about Memorial Day is the same for 4th of July. You have good baseball,
right?
Solid weather.
See, you're missing one thing. By July, usually the Twins are already out of contention.
Right.
So at Memorial Day, there's still a chance.
Good pick.
Agree.
All right.
Oh, that was me, so I'm not going to mock
that.
Yeah. It was a good pick. The next pick, which I'm going to go with, is the first Jewish holiday to go off the board. Ooh. And I love Purim. Purim is a day where we get to give food and stuff to our friends, snacks and shalach manas, and we get to dress up, and then we get to have a great meal, and my wife gets to drive home. So it's one of those perfect days, and it's just fun. You just it's just all around. I love Purim. I love every aspect of it. I have a Purim wall in my house, and I I just love Perm. I don't know anything negative about it except for the cleanup, maybe.
Right here. I do love it. I've always been a fan. I do find that as an adult, it's like there's like a lot of, I don't want to call it pressure, but like it ends up being a very hectic day for me. Like I don't know how you like stay relaxed all like I got now 3 kids. So this year before Romy was born, I had 2 kids who were able to get themselves in and out of a car finally for like the first time in 6 years. But every year before that, and I remember one year in particular where it was raining. Like you have to get out of the car, let the kids out because they want to go out to every single person's drop off. You got to think all the pressure of like coming up with the right costumes and making the right theme bag and all this stuff. It does add like a little bit of a downside to it as far as I'm concerned. But I do love drinking and I do love eating, and it's definitely a fun holiday. Like it's. The other issue is it's like some random day of the week and you gotta like take off work. I gotta like explain to people why I'm not working that day. But I do enjoy myself a Purim.
I think the aspect of a holiday where you really are making your friends happy as well. Giving them things, having meal with family and friends. It really checks off, in my opinion, all the boxes.
Agreed.
So I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah, I like Purim. Like you said, the cleanup sometimes can be a little bit much. I do like it. I like the food. I like the drinking.
Here we go again.
I think
John.
I'm not. I like it.
Fireworks.
I actually have a suggestion.
Go for snicking kids.
Can we go back to the fireworks for a second, just in terms of 4th of July? Would it not make more sense to do the fireworks July 3rd at night?
They do that.
Way,
they're not Jewish. They're not Jewish, John.
No, but like I feel like it makes more sense to do the fireworks at night because the next day, July 5th, everybody has work and camp and whatever.
Well, that was something that I wanted to actually point out. That's not necessarily true because it always depends on when 4th of July is. So when 4th of July is on like a Thursday, a lot of people get Friday off. Or when 4th of July is on a Tuesday, sometimes people get Monday off. So like that almost sometimes becomes a 4-day weekend, which is nice. But
sometimes. But I feel like if you did the fireworks like July 3rd at night to launch 4th of July, it would be even better because that way you're not like also, you can like you're sleeping in the next day. The kids don't have to worry about, going to sleep. It's just fine. It's like, okay, well, tomorrow's the day off. When you do the fireworks at the end, if you've been like barbecuing or boating or doing all the fun stuff you can do on 4th of July, it's like almost like you're too tired to like really appreciate staying up late to do fireworks. So I feel like they should move the fireworks to the night before, and that would perfect 4th of July.
Yeah, maybe like petition for that. Maybe it'll go over well.
Yeah.
Boo.
Why am I getting booed for that?
Boo. All right, John. You're up.
Okay, so for my second pick, it's funny because my first pick was Memorial Day, so this is going to be somewhat close to Memorial Day. And I'm going to follow Dave's lead here. I'm also going to go shockingly, with a Jewish holiday, and that is Shavuot. And for those of you guys who are not familiar with all the Jewish holidays, but you are familiar with the fact that, oh my God, my Jewish coworkers take off all of September or all of October because there's so many holidays and they're all like 7 days long, and this is crazy. So one of the things I love about Shavuot is that it's 2 days. It's nice, it's short, and it's easy. Good weather typically because it's like Memorial Day, end of May, early June. It's great. And as opposed to some of our other holidays where we have to eat specific foods or we can't eat certain foods or we have to eat outside in a sukkah, Shavuot, you can eat whatever you want, whenever you want. It's the perfect Jewish holiday. Nice and short, nice and chilled. So Shavuot, second overall pick.
And you didn't mention the number. I love cheesecake.
I love cheesecake too. It's my kryptonite.
I absolutely love cheesecake. I think during COVID, I had like 10 cheesecakes, like on my table. We took a picture of it. I love cheesecake, and I also love Shavuos. I
used cheesecake as an allegory recently for global warming, because somebody was saying like, wow, the weather is so crazy when we were having the really warm weather in the beginning of the winter. And I said, yeah, global warming seems a little bit scary, but to me, global warming is kind of like cheesecake. It's bad for you, but it's really good also. So, global warming with a little bit of whipped cream on it.
Not so bad.
Perfect.
Whipped cream on
Whipped cream on cheesecake? It's the only way to
I
eat
don't
cheesecake.
I don't do the whipped cream on cheesecake. I
Oh.
like
Like,
straight up cheesecake.
I know. You know what? I like the ones sometimes they have like fruit on top. Those are really
Yeah.
good. But I mean, listen. Don't get me wrong. I like Shavuos. Sometimes it coincides with my birthday. It's around the time, but sometimes it ruins Memorial Day. But that's for another story.
That's true. That's true. You have
here
two
nor
good things
there,
that if they coincide, it kind of destroys both.
But like, I don't know. It's like the forgotten stepchild, as one of our friends likes to say. It's the forgotten stepchild of Jewish holidays. Like that's the one that nobody really knows about, nobody really remembers. So it's just interesting that you would take that so high up.
I love it. It's not intrusive. You don't have to go to your boss and explain why you have to take off the next 4 days. And it's quick. It's fun. It's nice. Cheesecake, as Dave said.
Yeah, it is nice.
It's great. I think there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah,
It's
Usually
perfect.
I think it's a good
spend
pick.
a lot of it
I would've
outside.
picked
Yeah.
it going around.
Right.
Yeah, I think it would have gotten picked eventually. I think also it was maybe a little early, but whatever. The voters will choose. The voters will choose. All right. Well, I'm going to get my second one off the board, and I can't believe that it's still here. I mean, we are literally right in the midst of it. Happy Hanukkah. I want to give a gift to you. I cannot believe you talk about a non-intrusive holiday. Not only it's 8 beautiful days, 8 beautiful nights, but you can do anything you want. There's no restrictions, right? Most of our holidays are very restrictive in terms of what you can and can't do. You have to take off from work. You can't travel. You can't, a lot of people don't have family local. You can't go see that. You have to go and schlep your whole family for days and this and that. Hanukkah it's just a joyous holiday, right? It's lights and it's decorations and it's games and it's candy and it's presents. And the kids always come home with really great projects. It's in the winter. That's the big knock on it. But you got an 8-day holiday of nothing but happiness with no restrictions, And I mean, who doesn't like donuts? Who doesn't like donuts?
That's fair.
I mean, we went to Allen's in the 5-town. Shout out Allen's. Got 6 crazy stuffed covered donuts, and we're eating them one by one. We're trying them. Oh, I love it, big fan. And I don't even get presents anymore as an adult, but
So presents actually, this whole gift thing on Hanukkah gives me anxiety.
Why? Because your wife is going to do it anyway.
No,
my wife does all of our gift giving.
It's getting to this person that's going to make this person happy and this person happy, and I'd rather just give to the kids, and that's the end of it.
Yeah. Who else are you giving gifts to?
My family we give to each other still.
Well, so we started doing the Secret Santa kind of thing, where for me, it's me and my wife, and then all my siblings and my sister-in-law and my mom, and everybody gets one. Everybody just has to buy one of each other gifts, and it makes it a lot easier. But yeah, as far as my kids and everybody else goes, my wife comes out with a box of wrapped gifts, and I'm like, look what we bought us. I don't.
You know what? One year I did something. A few years, sorry, not 1 year. A few years I've done the donut challenge, where it's 1 donut per candle.
It sounds very
What's
healthy.
crazy about it is the first day is very hard because you want more than one. But the second day is probably the easiest. Second and third day are the easiest. But then by the 8th day, you're eating 8 donuts. You got to really spread them out. And that's, my friends, how you get to 280
Does not sound like a good idea, Dave. Not at all. Okay, I need some help here because I need you guys to help me settle something. You mentioned an anxiety about gift giving. I also have an anxiety. So my wife is, I should not say this so loud, between you and me and 800 of our closest friends, my wife is a hard person to shop for sometimes. I should say shout out to our friend Carrie Miller, who actually helped me shop for my wife this year. But we decided this year that we were going to not get each other gifts, and instead we would go out one night and do something. The problem is I know her, and I know that she's not going to be happy with it. So what do you do in that situation? You have to give her a gift anyway, right? The husband
I mean,
has to buy the gift.
We decided that a few years ago also. So we went to Modi, and we're both very happy. We went to Modi together, and that was our gift to each other.
I felt like I was stuck. I felt like I was still
so like
obligated.
I think that activity for you and or even a nice dinner is enough for me. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess you have to know your wife.
Yeah,
I should,
I mean,
right?
we also like at a certain point. Like I don't like shopping for Joy, so we always say we're not going to get anything. It happened to be that this year, like we both thought of something like good for each other. That like so we both got each other gifts like a week or two ago already. But yeah, I mean, like just making a night out is perfectly good for me.
Right.
If she says no gifts and then she buys you a gift and you're like, I thought we were going to go for dinner, then you're screwed. So
I
you
live
gotta
in
really be
fear
like-
of that.
So you got to be like, hey, let's talk. Like,
Right.
You got to
So we
like
did, like, the
set
reverse.
record straight. Like, are we doing this or are we not doing this? Because
Right.
I want to take you out for dinner. But if you're going to buy me a gift, tell me because I'm going to buy you something.
And it wouldn't hurt to have something in reserve just in case she hands you something.
It's a good plan. It's a good plan. Just have a stack. It's like you ever buy kids birthday presents, just a bunch of them at the same time when they're on sale, like Spotted or any of the games, and you just stick them in a closet. So when your kids have a birthday party, you just pull out of the stash because
Yeah, we have a whole shelf of stuff like that. Yeah.
yeah, I should have that, but gifts for my wife, right? That would be the smart thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's this for?
I hear you.
Nobody.
Nobody. Don't go in the closet. It's Hanukkah is my choice number 2, and that is another good one. Thanks. Good job, Shirley. Thank you, Shirley. Now
I'm with you,
I have
except
to
for the
pick.
cold weather. I hate the cold weather. It's so cold right now.
I know, but it's.
I guess if you're in
so,
Florida, it's not that cold.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so I've got those two. I will next pick. I think I'm going to have to dip back into the Jewish holidays, and I'm going to take the big one. I think, which is it's going to be Pesach, Passover. It's funny because I talked about pressure of Purim, right? Of doing all that stuff. There's an even bigger pressure when it comes to Pesach. I don't know if you guys host your own seders. I do. I host my family's seder, and it's a lot of pressure, right? The cooking and the prep. You got to like go over the Haggadah. You got to make sure you know what you're doing, what you're saying. You got to make it interesting for the kids. You got to make it interesting for the adults, and it's a ton of pressure and prep work. But I don't know. There's just something about it. It's the one that I think has the most lasting memories. Like from when you were a kid. It's the one that I think gets like the most special moments as a family. This past year, my grandfather was 99 years old, just lost my grandmother, came down and spent Passover in our house and my mom's house, and I got to host him for 2 seders, and he got to hang out with my kids, and like it's memories that I'm never going to forget. Really just special times. So maybe it's just a recency thing. That's why it's on my mind. But there's something about the seders. It's always also our neighborhood. It gets very quiet over Pesach, and and you get to drink a lot and you get to eat a lot. And even though you can't eat bread, there's plenty of other really basically
Plenty of awesome
days.
food on
These
Pesach.
days, yeah, you can eat essentially everything except for bread, because they make everything kosher for Passover now. And the cleanup sucks, but you get through it. And I feel like once like that first Seder starts, like it's just a really beautiful holiday. So I'll probably get some hate for this one, but I'm gonna stick to Passover.
Well, how are we supposed to mock that? We're supposed to mock it. You had your 99-year-old
go ahead, mock
grandfather.
Well, I was actually going to
mock my
say
grandfather.
something. I was going to say something, Shirley, about that, actually. With all due respect to Grandpa,
Yeah.
if he came to your Sukkot meal, that would have had the same memory.
I don't think
Okay,
so.
if he came to your Purim Suda, you would have had the same lasting memory of him coming in.
Disagree. I'd be drunk.
And he could have come to other things, and you would have been happy.
I hear that, but that's just hating on my 99-year-old grandfather who had a very difficult time traveling
Cheating.
here, as opposed to knocking anything about the holiday that I've chosen.
No. I don't have
as
a
my
knock
favorite
on-
holiday.
I'm just
No,
knocking.
please knock on Harry. all you want.
No. I thought it's Hanukkah, Harry. But I'm just saying, I would have appreciated if Harry came for Shavuos.
And I could like test which one I liked better.
You would have liked Shavuos a lot more. I just feel like you would have hosted.
I'll let him know. I'll see if he has travel plans.
See what he says.
He's turning 100 in January. By the way.
One question about Pesach that I never understood, that I have recently not understood, which is I drink on Pesach. You know, obviously there's the wine, but now it used to be Schlivovitz, but now you see that there's tequila and everything.
Yeah.
Where was this tequila 10 years ago?
So tequila was always, I think there was an issue of people not understanding how tequila was made back in the day. But now, like, I drink cognac, which
cognac also
is delicious. And I think a lot of food traditions are just based on like where you're from. So like they didn't have cognac here as much as they had cognac in like Russia and the North, and people didn't drink tequila in Poland. You know what I mean? Like that just didn't happen. So they came and they had, this plum brandy, and they said, all right, well, this is good enough. And I think that's a lot of it. But I'm happy with the choices now between tequila and cognac. Like,
yeah, but with me it's tequila and then the potato vodka. I'm totally fine with.
All right.
Oh, potato vodka. Not my thing.
See?
I just, traveling with matzah is annoying. It just gets everywhere. Matzah, I like matzah, but it's like underratedly the glitter of food.
I actually
like
love matzah.
I like it also, but it gets everywhere. It's all over the place, always. And there's no way around that. And to me, it's like always the question of between Pesach and Sukkot is, what would you rather? Eat what you want, but not where you want, or eat where you want, but not what you want? You have that that weird balance. I just, I love it. I love the first night like you, but by like day 6 or 7, I'm done. I'm like done.
I hear you.
It's too much.
I hear you. Well, I hope you have a better choice then. So
I feel like this is just not going to be my day for picks. I am going to go with a non-traditional pick here. I'm going to actually say opening day for baseball.
Oh, I was going to say that.
Love opening day. There's hope. We are all hopeful. There's 162 games left. You're in it. Anything can happen. No, baseball season started, so Memorial Day is coming and 4th of July, but baseball season is here.
You've already said Memorial Day, Shavuos, around Memorial Day, opening day, Memorial Day. Enough, we got it. It's the weather, and then it's Sully's birthday. Okay, I mean, for God's sake, already 3 picks
opening
in a row.
day.
All 3 of your picks have been around Memorial Day,
I like
and
spring.
the weather change, and baseball, and Sully's birthday. Okay.
First of all, I did not say anything about Shirley's birthday.
Mazel
it's
tov.
just a fringe benefit.
It's in June.
Oh, for God's sake.
But I love opening day. It's fun. You've been waiting for it for months, right? Football has already been over for a few months, and so you're waiting for baseball. It's finally here. I don't like that baseball does the weird thing where they started at like 3 a.m. in Japan, the first game. So that's
so I feel like I was about to say that. I feel like MLB has done their best attempt to ruin opening day.
Yeah,
because now 2 teams start early, a week early, then there's a few games like 2 days early, and then there's another 3 games this time, and then this team starts at night, which opening day's got to be in the day. And I feel like there's been a lot of changes over the last few years that have ruined the whole fun of opening day.
Yeah, I hear that, but I like the hope of it. The hope springs eternal. I like wait for it, and so that's where I'm going, number 3.
Okay, nice pick.
I mean, it's nice, I mean, it's just baseball. No. I am a baseball fan, and I hear it. Opening day is like, yeah, there's something about it. It's like first day, so hopefully the sun's shining, you hear the crack of the bat and all that stuff. Is it the 7th best day of the year or holiday of the year? I don't know.
Maybe Grandpa's with you watching baseball.
Yeah, maybe. He actually avid Blue Jays fan, 99 years old, avid Blue Jays fan. So, John, I think you said we have a caller. Is that correct?
We do. Let's let her in, and we will get started here.
Hello,
Francie. Welcome to the School of Mock podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, we are very excited to have you. And our topic tonight is obviously favorite holidays, favorite days. We're being somewhat liberal with the definition, but what do you got for us tonight, Francie?
I would tell you that my top, I don't know if it's my favorite because that might make me a bad parent. And I don't want people to think that of me in case people who listen don't know me. Or maybe they do. But I am going to go with the day that I send my children to sleepaway camp is my favorite holiday.
I'm with you.
And my second favorite is the day I pick them up. But the first favorite...
I don't know about that. because that's like your favorite 5 minutes. Right. And then that wears out.
Right.
Well, I don't know how many kids you guys have, but there's like a real sense of when you have one less kid at home than your actual full number, then it feels like parenting's a breeze. So when I put 2 on a bus for 4 weeks and I only have my little one at home and like she goes to day camp and then she's tired and in bed by 8, it's like, that is the greatest gift. The day they get on that bus. Packing up for camp, not those days.
But I totally hear that. I definitely think that's a day to celebrate. When the kids go to camp, the only thing I was hung up on was when they come home. I think that excitement lasts like 5 minutes until they start fighting with each other.
They've matured so much and they're so independent, and then they prove it to you and they hug you, which like you also don't get on a regular day. They're like, "Oh my God, it's so good to see you." And then they're home and it's dinner time and they're yelling at you that you made the wrong pasta shape, and you're like, why are we back here?
Where did this come from? I feel like I get the same feeling the first day of school when they've been home for 2 weeks nonstop, all the kids, and you're still working and you're just exhausted. Maybe you went on vacation, and like that day when everybody's out of the house for the first day, you're like, just like breathe that silence in.
Right. And we're not bad parents because we feel that way. We've just loved them so much for so long.
Right.
That this space helps you understand how much you love your children, and you want to share them with whoever else is now watching them.
That's a nice way of putting it, Francie.
So I was on a meeting a couple years ago, and it was on Zoom, and they ran an icebreaker. And so the icebreaker was everybody should say one thing that makes you happy. So everyone's kind of like going around and, saying all these random things. And so it came to me and they're like, "John, what makes you happy?" So I said, "So I have 4 kids." And they were like, "Oh, that's so sweet." And everyone thought that was my answer. And I said, "Yeah, so I have 4 kids. When they go to sleep, that's when I'm happy." I got a lot of dirty looks for that.
For sure. We all love our children. They
Yes.
are the gifts they keep on giving.
Yes.
And they also give me a headache sometimes. And so,
amazing. Well, Francie, thank you very much for joining us. And that's a very good addition to tonight's draft. And I think we're all with you on that.
Glad.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, Francie.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm up with my 4th pick, and I'm going to go with Sukkot.
Okay.
So to quote somebody here, because it matters, it's around my birthday time. It's around my birthday, but I like the idea of sitting in the sukkah. There's nice drinking. There's family time. There's friends, and it's just an usually enjoyable weather. And there's a lot of fun around Sukkot, and I just feel like the singing and the excitement and the Simchas Peshoevas, which is parties at night, and just different atmosphere and different excitement. So I'm gonna go with Sukkot, number 4 overall.
yeah. So what I do like about Sukkot is that there's like 3 parts to it, right? There's the first 2 days, then the whole middle part that you can kind of like chill, and then second part's like it's a whole other holiday, and Simchat Torah is like the bomb. But that kind of like gives it like an identity crisis. Maybe like pick your lane. You got like 3 holidays in one.
We love that 3 for the price of 1.
That's true.
When did we ever turn down a bargain?
Our people do like bargains. Yeah, I mean it's a good pick.
I'm neutral. Yeah. I'm neutral on Sukkot. Yeah. It's fine. It's there. I enjoy it. But it's not in my top 5. I don't think it's in my top 10. It's nice.
Honestly, that whole month ends up like screwed because like Sukkot would be really nice if there was no anything else that month. But like you're saying before, you got to like explain why you're again missing 2 days and then another 2 days. You're already like holidayed out. The weather, if the weather's good, then it vaults it up, I think. Because when you can like really enjoy your outdoor eating experience, it's great. But sometimes it's crazy hot. Sometimes it's cold. Sometimes it's raining. Like there's too much variability to it that I just can't get behind it. But
no. I grew up in Minnesota, as we know, and there were times where we would sit there in the sukkah, like with winter coats, with soup. It's not fun.
And it's not even me. Like, I like the cold, but, like, I got to listen to everybody else complaining. It's like, oh, my God. Like, get over it. It's just cold.
The one Jew who lives in Minnesota, we have to feel bad for you guys.
Hey,
right.
I
Because
fled
you're in the
to
winter
come
coat
here.
with your Canadian Goose coat, sipping.
I got Icelandic gloves. I used to have them when we went to Iceland, and they like got ruined. And Joy, that's the thing Joy bought me for Hanukkah this year. She like got from Iceland, like these, like, oh, awesome.
That's
gloves.
cool.
Give me all that snow, Minnesota. Anyway, all right, back to you, Dave. Got two more rounds left.
My next pick is going to be one of my favorite sports days of the year, and that is March Madness, the first Thursday. I don't consider the play-in game part of the tournament, so the first Thursday is literally a holiday. I always take off that day, and I literally watch just March Madness, the entire day.
They figured out how to do it. I remember when I was in law school, my friend like made me sit right in front of the professor one semester for one class. So there was like a podium, and then right in front of the podium was me, and I had my laptop open, and it was like that Thursday, and right on the podium, I just was like had my laptop open with just March Madness playing. Everybody behind me was just like, "What are you doing, man?" I'm like, "It's Thursday, March Madness."
My embarrassing moment of March Madness was one year. I always let my wife pick a bracket.
Nice.
And one year she picked the bracket, and she picked Villanova to win it all. And I said to her, listen, you could pick whoever you want, but Villanova never wins at all. Up until that point, they never won. And we would have won the pool, obviously. They won that year. And that like a few years later, I saw Jay Wright, and I said to him, I got to tell you a story. And I told it to him, not really knowing how he would respond. And he turns to me and goes, should have never picked against Nova. That was it.
Should have listened to your wife. That's a good pick, Dave. I like that pick.
Yeah.
All right, John.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm not a March Madness guy. I know, like, I should be because I'm a sports fan, but I never got into college basketball, and I never got into March Madness, and it's like...
Shame on you. Good pick. All right, John, you're up.
I'm going to go way outside the box on this, but have you guys ever been to opening night of a movie that you've been waiting for a really long time? I'm going to go opening night. I'm going to go specifically, but not exclusively.
So we've totally made a turn off of holidays, huh? I think that's...
Well, it's a day. It's like a holiday, but it's a different kind of day.
It's special day.
Special occasion. I'm going to go opening night of a movie, but I'm going to say specifically opening night of a Star Wars movie. I thought you were going to say Avengers. Listen, I think it's the same kind of thing, but I remember one time I went to... I want to say it was Revenge of the Sith. It was a bunch of years ago, and I went opening night with some friends, and I got there. We were dressed normally. Everyone else was wearing costumes. They were all dressed up. We went in. They cheered when like the opening music and the crawl came on. It was so much fun. It was an entirely different experience from any movie I've ever been to. And there's something kind of magical about like everyone was excited about it. The music, the fanfare, the costumes, everyone was excited. It was a blast, and there's really nothing like if there's a movie like an Avengers movie, it's got to be something you're really like anticipating. Can't be a comedy. It's got to be like a Marvel movie or like a big type of movie.
So I can't relate. I mean, I watch movies eventually, even if I'm targeting them. I'm not a Star Wars fan at all. Never seen a Star Wars in my life. I mean, I'm if it's gonna be crowded on the Friday, they always break on like a Friday, or
Yeah,
right?
Thursday at midnight.
Thursday or Friday. If it's gonna be crowded on Friday and it's gonna be empty on Monday night, I'd rather be there Monday night.
Yeah, for a comedy. But if you're going to somewhere where it's like going to a baseball game or a basketball game, you want everyone to be fans of your team and to be cheering together and to be all.
That
you
said,
know.
they are showing Goonies over again
Oh,
because it's like the 35th
No,
anniversary.
I never saw Goonies. I
might
really
be
want to see
interested in
Goonies.
that.
I'll go with you. I've never seen
wanna
it.
go?
I really,
We
I
should
really
go.
want to see it.
There's like a Goonies like 35th anniversary or something.
Wow. All right, I'm in.
We should
I'm
do
in.
it.
I'm hard pass.
Yeah, you guys.
Yeah, I hear you. I tend to not make it to those, just because of scheduling and stuff. But I hear you. I've been to a couple of the Avengers. I think Infinity War. I went to the opening night. It's definitely fun. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's cool. It's cool.
I mean, it's not freezing in a sukkah, but
Yeah, exactly. All right, I'm going to wrap to finish up. My first one, John, you've hated on it all evening, but you can do whatever you want on Labor Day. I'm gonna enjoy myself.
it's the worst day.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's before you go back into the doldrums of the year, you get like one last nice long holiday, right? You get to cap off your summer. You get to have that last barbecue if you want. I know I barbecue into the fall, but like have that last hurrah of the summer. It's bittersweet, I'll give you that. But for a 4th round pick, I mean, find me something that's not, right? I mean, you just picked going to the movies. Like, let's be real here. Is going to the movies better than Labor Day weekend?
It is.
I don't think so.
Worst holiday.
I don't know.
It's-
The pools are still open. The weather's usually still nice. Usually, also nowadays, there's typically like another day or two before school starts, so it's not really the end. And I still don't understand why it's Labor Day, like why it's called Labor Day. Is it like? I don't know. We
You're
can look that
kind
up
of-
later. If anybody knows why it's called Labor Day, I mean Google knows probably, but if anybody does know and wants to give us their theories, you
It's
can
about
message
labor
us.
unions. That's what it is. It's about the unions.
I mean, I'm not in a labor union, but I get my day off, so
No, I'm sorry. Labor Day is the worst holiday. Of the holidays,
The worst
it's the
holiday?
worst. Listen, of the holidays, it's the worst. Okay, it's still a holiday, but there's not when it's almost over, you're like, damn, tomorrow's a regular day. And
yeah,
and
like every other holiday.
because when you're Memorial Day or 4th of July, you're like, oh, the summer stop. I don't know what's going on my screen, but every time I like make a
Why
hand
do you
gesture,
have
it thumbs up.
bubbles?
I don't know. You know when you can't have bubbles on Labor Day because there's nothing to celebrate. It's all over the next day. Your summer.
It's
your
not about
vacation.
celebrating something coming up. It's about living in the moment before your fleeting summer is gone.
No, the moment's terrible. It's terrible. It's bad.
You're
pick.
terrible. Okay, that's fine. All right. Well, and I will finish this off. I'll open it with a fun fact.
right.
Do you know when Flag Day is? It is a national holiday. It celebrates our flag.
Well, we're
And
really
do you know what it
deep
is?
here.
Bottom of the barrel.
I'll give you a hint. It's
I'm
right
gonna
near
get
my
this around your
birthday.
birthday.
Bingo. It's June 14th, and my birthday is June 13th. And that's your little fun fact of the
6/13.
day. And the only reason I know that it's June 14th is because I one time went, I wonder if there's any holidays near my birthday. And lo and behold, Flag Day is the next day. I'm going to go with birthdays. My birthday, anybody else's birthday. I don't particularly love birthdays. Like, I feel like they're a little bit overplayed. Once you hit a certain age, like, you're not doing anything except when you're hitting those big milestones, and those are a little bit depressing. But just in general, like the many, many years of celebrating my birthday, like I feel like I gotta give that credit where it's due. And I still kind of, it's still like a nice special day. You get all these people messaging you on Facebook that you haven't heard from in 17 years, wishing you a happy birthday. And, sometimes some people take off of work. Some people go out for dinner. My
Maybe
birthday
birthday
is...
like weekends or birthday months.
Yeah, exactly. my wife's birthday is 12 days after mine. Like and my daughter's birthday is 8 days before mine. So we have like 3 June birthdays. So like it's just like a nice fun month, and everybody gets to celebrate a little bit. I'm gonna go with birthdays because it's easy there, and I think people like their birthdays. So
I feel like birthdays can be very stressful though. There's like a lot of factors that are swirling around. There's aging. There's like the calls that you're trying to avoid with the calls that you want to take. There's like a lot of weirdness. It's a good 5th round pick.
I think you get stressed by weird things.
I'm gonna throw a little flag.
For Flag
literally, Day. I kind of think you might have picked Flag Day by accident.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
know what? Let me tell you this, Dave.
You're gonna have to ask I think you picked Flag Day.
I'm so confident. I'm so confident in the rest of my draft. Give me Flag Day. One of you can have birthdays. Give me. You know what? Put it on the board. Let it be known. Flag Day is my last pick. Just mentioning my birthday the day before. So if you wanted to get me a flag-based gift, you can. But Flag Day is my gift.
It's like you set it up. You set it up with there's an unknown day that you guys don't know. Fun fact: it's
Flag Day, baby. It's all about. You know what? Give me Flag Day. Let's celebrate Betsy Ross. Let's celebrate Betsy Ross. That red, white, and blue. That star-spangled banner that represents our country. I'll take it. Give me Flag Day. Forget my birthday.
Dave, is he disqualified from the whole draft because he picked 6 holidays?
That's
I
one
know,
way
and
to
I
win,
couldn't
John.
get one now. Now he's letting us pick birthday. But I don't,
Yeah, take birthdays.
I don't need
birthdays.
your leftovers.
No.
Good.
Yeah.
Flag Day, baby. All day, every day. Mm-hmm. I Flag Days every day in my house. Back to you, John. Back to you. Back to you.
I don't even have any more. I
have an idea for you. I have an idea for you. Your birthday.
I have 3. I don't like any of them, man. I'm gonna take flack for this. I'm gonna pick it, but I'm gonna say that I don't really like it, but I'm gonna say that I'm picking it because I know a lot of other people like it. I'm gonna pick Super Bowl Sunday as a day, even though I already have a lot of sports in my picks. But people love Super Bowl Sunday. It is like a holiday to so many people. I don't like Super Bowl Sunday. I just feel like I don't love the Super Bowl if I'm not excited about the team playing. And I don't know. I feel like sometimes Super Bowl parties are weird, and you're stuck sometimes at parties you don't want to be at. And then you're watching teams you don't like. I love the Super Bowl commercials, but I like Super Bowl Sunday. I'm going to go just a very overrated day, and people seem to love it, and I don't get it. So I'm picking it because I'm trying to bring awareness.
You live in a house with girls.
I do.
Yeah. Have you ever? Do you need to be invited to a Super Bowl party, John? you need to get out of the house a little bit for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, like not just watch the commercials, maybe.
The commercials are incredible. Commercials are the best part. I think we need to bring awareness to that Super Bowl Sunday is overrated. And that's how I'm using my pick. I'm using it as a platform.
It's actually funny, you guys. You guys left me with a really good one.
Oh, okay.
It's like,
please enlighten us.
Okay, you ready for me?
Tisha B'Av. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking that also.
Okay.
No, he's a big Groundhog Day fan.
For the last pick in the draft, I am picking New Year's.
Oh. How did we miss that?
I think New Year's goes beyond before movie day, before Flag Day, before Memorial Day, Labor Day.
I gotta figure out. I want to leave
I'm
that
sticking
in.
with Flag Day.
Need I say more?
Oops.
Yeah. I
I'm
mean,
just gonna actually
that's
be
okay.
quiet. I'm gonna let you guys talk about why I just stole the draft.
I'm gonna blame it on the screaming baby that was distracting me from the first half of this thing. Nah. Yeah, I mean that's a great pick. I mean, for most people, that's a great pick. Some people don't like to go out and do anything for New Year's and
Right.
whatever, but I can't blame you on this one. That's a good. That's a good pick.
You know, my first.
Also, one year I actually did. The plunge. I actually did it. I went to
Polar
Coney
bear.
Island. I did the polar bear plunge, and it was freezing. And I actually, what's funny about that was that I lost feeling in my fingers.
Nice.
And I couldn't feel my fingers for a good week. And like one day I was just like sitting there
God.
watching like, a football game, going like this. And then my wife's like, "You haven't felt your fingers since you went into that water."
Oh my God! I was gonna say, should we do it, the three of us?
No. We have and this may spark a little debate here, but we have a wedding on New Year's this year.
Really?
New Year's Eve. And I am actually a huge fan and I've heard from people that it's awesome.
Is it going to go to 12?
Yeah, it starts at 7, so it's going to go till probably 1. That's usually a 6-hour wedding. Open bar, great food.
That's awesome.
DJ, dancing, night out, right? Like I don't have to find a party. I don't have to spend. I mean, I have to get a gift, obviously, but I don't have to spend. I have to buy tickets to go to Colbert or something like that. Like a party's being thrown, and I just get to go to it, and we get to like dress up and whatever. So I'm actually really pumped. Some people, their first reaction is like, "Ew, that sucks," and it's like, I don't know. I mean, isn't that better than going to like hang out in my living room and watch the ball drop? Like, yeah, I think it's a great pick to round that out. I mean, I think objectively, Flag Day is better.
The weather's better.
If I had to pick one to celebrate this coming year, I'd probably skip New Year's and hit up Flag Day.
My first New Year's in New York, I was so excited. I went with a friend to see the ball drop in Times Square, which is like the most touristy. It's the worst. It's the worst. And I will never forget this. We were standing around. It was freezing. And you have to go like 6 hours early to get a spot. And I'm standing there. And all of a sudden, it hits me. There's like thousands of people and there's no bathroom. Everything's closed. There's just nowhere to go. And I asked my friend, I'm like, where do you go to the bathroom? And some guy behind me, and to this day, I'm just like, somebody behind me says to me, he's like, dude, it'll keep you warm. And I'm just like, oh my God, what have I gotten myself into? That does not sound like good life advice.
Yeah, you can't leave, and then there's no bathrooms there.
There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go.
I actually
Miserable.
just learned that they give out the crystals a few days ago. You could line up and get last year's balls, like they give you a triangle.
Like, what does that mean? It breaks?
From the ball, like they take it apart.
They like take it apart, I guess.
I never heard about this.
What do you do
All
with
right.
that? I have a shard of broken glass. It's a good
Not
souvenir.
broken, they don't shatter it.
All right, guys. This was this ended up being pretty
It
fun.
ended well.
It had a lull there at a certain point, but definitely picked it up. John, can you read back the draft results and get out of here?
Shirley murdered me with his first pick. You went Thanksgiving, followed by Hanukkah, Pesach, Labor Day, the worst holiday, and Flag Day, I think, was your last pick.
Flag Day, correct. That's correct.
Possibly, we'll have to look back at the tape, but birthdays.
Flag Day it is.
Flag Day
It is.
I took Memorial Day, Shavuot, opening day for baseball, the right movie premiere, Star Wars or a Marvel movie, and bringing awareness to the overrated day, which is Super Bowl Sunday. And Dave, you picked July 4th, Purim, Sukkot, the first day of March Madness. Is it the first day or the
Thursday of March Madness? The first Thursday.
The Thursday of March Madness, and somehow New Year's slipped to Mr. Irrelevant of the draft.
Yeah, Dave, I think it's me or you
honorable
this week.
mention would be February 15th.
The day that chocolate is half off at the store.
That's right.
Bing bong.
I
What
don't
is February
celebrate Valentine's
15th?
Day, but I do.
day after
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's
Right.
Candy
We
for half price.
discussed this.
Oh,
Yeah.
Halloween
Also-
didn't get picked.
Yeah.
I'm surprised no Halloween on this list.
Yeah, we like Halloween. You know what, though? If you're listening and you live in West Hempstead and you trick-or-treat with your kids, please come to the Jewish people's houses. We want to give you candy. And it's not a creepy thing. We want to give you candy.
I always
We
have a
buy
bowl of candy.
We buy candy. We wait at the door. We hope that we get trick-or-treaters, and nobody shows up. I don't know why that is, But please, if you are listening and you go trick-or-treating, come over to our house on Halloween so we can give you candy and see your cool costumes. Yeah, St. Patrick's Day also. Like, I don't typically go out for St. Patrick's Day, but it is kind of like a fun day, I feel like. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
People like Rosh Hashanah.
People like Rosh Hashanah. I don't know when like Columbus Day is. Like, I'm sure, or whatever it is now, Indigenous Peoples Day.
Yeah.
President's Day. Like, but like those are just like random days that kind of pop up through the year. Those are all. I mean, listen, guys, a holiday is a holiday, right?
Yeah. Trade deadline.
Trade deadline. I mean, I will say also that the opening day, like the first Thursday night football game, usually has like the defending Super Bowl champs in it.
Yeah.
And like you've been waiting like 6 months for football to come back, and like it's like, oh, the Chiefs and it's so good. It's so good. You sit down, your fantasy team's like fresh and ready to compete for a championship. It's good. It's good. I would say that the day that you win your fantasy football championship is also probably
What's
one of my favorites of the year. I lost in the semis in my main league this year, so I'm a little bit heartbroken. But anyways, guys, this was fun.
Yeah, everybody, don't forget to follow us on Spotify at School of Mock Pod. You can send us an email if you want to suggest a topic or call into our show. By the way, thank you, Francie, for joining us today. That is schoolofmockpod@gmail.com. We are also now on TikTok, so that is kind of exciting. So you can follow us on TikTok as well. And,
Thanks, China.
Thank you. Well, yeah, for the moment while it's still legal. We'll see how long that lasts. But all right, thanks, guys, and Happy New Year, everybody.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Happy
everybody.
Honda days.
Happy
And happy Hanukkah, everybody.